Alright, welcome to the Majestic tutorial. Welcome. In this video, I'll be handling salt analysis for this NECO examination you're preparing. Please, I say you're highly welcome once again. I am happy having a special someone like you. You are a blessing to this channel, and this channel will definitely be a blessing to you. Your job is to listen and ask your questions where necessary. Share you the get, okay? So here, I will be analyzing, say I go detail those things where we suppose know about the salt analysis. This one is interesting. Say the gbege wey dey ground now, the salt wey dem bring, they never come out before. One of them don't come before, one a new thing. So you go open your ear. I be say like NECO wan show us another way of seeing things, and I prefer that. There is always more than one way of seeing one thing. So those salts where we could analyze, if you don't see them, but to officially say them, we are going to be analyzing potassium trioxosulfate 4. Don't confuse it with potassium tetraoxosulfate 6. No. So I will be handling you through salt analysis. Specifically, we are going to be analyzing sample C, which is lead 2 trioxonitrate 5, and then sample D, which is potassium tetraoxo, not tetra, please, potassium trioxosulfate 4 and not sulfate 6. Not, this is the common one you encounter, and this is more stable than this, okay? So I will give you the likely questions as you can see there on the screen. Just be reminded that, say, NECO, they know the two speak long grammar. They go give you the table. Now you self now go they fill the table. They will give you, unlike WAEC, we go give you grammar, you go they construct your table. NECO, if they no can change as them they do and before, and then go give you table. They go fill test for you to now fill observation and inference. Imagine that. It makes the work easier now. Wait till that. So you can't fail for any reason. They are making the work very easy for you. But the risk where they there, we say, if you report nonsense inside that gap, where then give you. Okay, now let's see the likely question. You are provided with inorganic salts C and D. Carry out the following exercises on C and D. Number 1 says dissolve sample C in about 5 cm cube of distilled water. Stir and test with litmus. Divide the resulting solution into 3 equal parts. You are not required to waste your time doing this if at all you are told to do that, okay? You are just going to divide into 3 that you can manage, not that you go and check is it equal. Some people will be wasting their time doing such. Don't do that, please. They say divide into 3 equal parts. Now test the first portion of C. To the first portion of C, add sodium hydroxide in drops plus excess. Then to the second portion of C, add aqueous ammonia in drops until in excess. Then to the third portion, add dilute HCl followed by heat and allow to cool. Remember, these are likely questions, and the questions must not follow exactly the way you have them here. But when you go through this my analysis, oh boy, I go assure you, say nothing will go face you that day where you no go face. So just calm down, you go face them squarely. Now they no go ask you what I no teach you here. Na me they assure you. So but make you use your sense, they listen to them. No be say I say you now go and see it for you go still they report the same thing why I report. I beg, no fall my hand at all. I know, so I trust you now. No be that kind of person, but for you to click this video, show say you correct where you correct, okay? So the yarn be say, may we just read the questions properly on the question paper before providing their answers. Please don't assume to know until you are carefully made sense from. You just try to make sense from the questions and not what you know before. Let what you know help you and not be your final instruction. The final instruction comes from the question paper, okay? But because of experience, these questions surely must appear. The highest is that they will ask us what we prepared over. We will over prepare you. I'll give you everything possible. They will not give you from that thing I gave you, okay? So I'm being emphatic on reading questions and understanding it. Then they said also, 1B part of it says, collect small part of D solid with a spatula and hold in a non-luminous flame. that's 1B. Dissolve the remaining D in about 5 cm cube of distilled water. Stir and test the litmus. And test with litmus. Don't mind me. Divide the solution into 2 equal parts or 2 parts. To the first portion of D, add dilute barium chloride, followed by excess dilute HCl. Then to the second portion of solution D, add acidified KMNO4 or acidified K2Cr2O7. Okay. Now, let me check if this is still recording. Okay. Now, what we are required to know here is this. Look up. All these questions is directed to test these things here. So what are the possible ions we are looking at? Lead 2 ion, trioxonitrate 5 ion, potassium ion, and of course trioxosulfate 4 ion. These 4 ions are the possible ions we'll be looking up for. These questions are constructed to teach you how to test for these 4 ions. But do you know what is the fact here? The undeniable fact here from experience is that we rule this one out. So we are looking at this. These are the ones we are looking at to test. And again, redox, of course, reaction will come up alongside. Why did I say we rule this off? Those things required to test. Please remember to join my live stream just a day before the exam at the Majestic Tutorial. This particular channel, if you are the Majestic Tutorial, you are the right path. Then I want to use this opportunity to thank my followers who have helped me get to this 1,000 followers here on this my brand new channel. I can tell you that we are now qualified to live stream. So the next live stream for this NECO exam, which will feature the most likely questions there to answer your questions or your confusion, to give you the last preparation. Of course, like if this class is confusing you, come live that day. I'll solve your problem, provided you are there on time. Even when the live stream is over, while watching, I'll still be around. I will even drop numbers where you can call or send questions, because say some questions, if you upload pictures while commenting during the live chat. So if you send your question to that WhatsApp number, and from there I will answer you. If you even call the number, I'll drop. So I am just here for you. Make sure you stay subscribed to this channel and click the notification bell, so that whenever I start, now YouTube go notify you. You don't need to bother. Or you can chat me on WhatsApp with +234 7065166217. +234 is for those calling outside Nigeria. Oh boy, now here we dey. I know say na my brother, my sister you be. 07065166217. Now that digit you go take get me for WhatsApp or even for call. And then remember, say I supply reagents, I supply chemical reagents, then equip laboratory, not only chemistry but all the science laboratories, and I take projects in sciences. That is, go to my Some Majesty's World Science channel. You will see for yourself what I am doing there by the grace of God with science projects and entertainment. So please make sure you patronize an experienced one. Yeah, I say what I know. Does it look like I'm boasting? No, sorry if you think like that. I'm just telling you the little I know, that I say what I know. Yeah, I produce them. Like I'm analyzing them now, and I produce them. If you go to my channel, you see where I produce this compound, lead 2 triazole and crystallize the pure sample of it that I sell. So if you care to know how to produce all these salts you are seeing, you visit Some Majesty's World Science channel. Right there, you see what the joy of science. But here is Majestic Tutorials. We are going to handle you in everything tutorials, of course. In all the subjects, please support us. In all the subjects, I mean it. Physics, chemistry, biology, English, mathematics. We are starting, of course, because people have given me the support that I need, but I want you to keep it up, all right? So we move on. I've laid emphasis that we are not going to be expecting triazole 95. We're going to be expecting lead 2, potassium ion, and trioxosulfate 6 ion. So the whole thing is directed towards analyzing these 3 ions. Okay, let me follow it in the order of the questions I've constructed here. You see the rest of the question over there on the screen, the rest of question 1b and the possibilities. Other likely questions will be handled during that live stream. So I will carefully follow the questions as they appear here because it's carefully crafted. So as usual, like I told you, they will write test for you. Now, observation for you. And then inference. So according to this question, the first one says that you need to dissolve C in 5 cm cube. So we have C plus 5 cm cube distilled water plus, of course, stir plus litmus. This is it. What's the observation here? You will observe what? C dissolves or C dissolved to form a colorless solution. Okay, and then solution turned what? It will have effect on litmus paper. Solution turned blue, litmus paper red. Of course. Why? Because of salt hydrolysis. What should be your inference? C is soluble. Solution C is acidic. Remember, it doesn't really mean that C is acidic, but solution C is acidic is the correct thing because C is a normal salt, PbNO3. The salt hydrolysis, the chemistry behind this is that if you break down this into the acid and base that formed it, you have that just remove the anion and put OH for you to get the base, which is lead 2 hydroxide. Now remove the metal and replace with hydrogen for you to see the acid. So this is a weak base because it's not a soluble hydroxide, it's insoluble. Lead 2 hydroxide is insoluble, of course, as we will see subsequently, while HNO3 is a strong acid. So this is a salt of weak base and a strong acid. And you get sure you understand how this thing work. If acid is strong, base come weak. Now the one wey strong go win am. So anything wey come turn blue litmus paper red, that thing dey show say e be acid. So no be say you go dey find am difficult. Anytime you see say salt na salt wey come from weak base and strong acid, na acid go win now. But if na salt wey come from strong base and weak acid, e go dey basic for solution. Na base go win. Na so life dey be now. So for now, the gbege wey dey there be say if you no see this NaOH or KOH, this one now, this one na the 2 common strong bases wey we get. I'm not saying na the only, but na the 2 common bases wey we get, strong bases wey we get. Na the 2 common strong or soluble hydroxide wey we get. Okay, so for this time, if you are doing this, if you no come see sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, please abeg call am weak base. For example, you never see this hydroxide before. E be strong or weak base? Na weak base, oga. You see am? Ammonium hydroxide na strong base or weak base? Na weak base. Why? Because e no follow for sodium or potassium hydroxide. You get that gist now, okay? We come for acid. Say for acid, remember I dey yarn chemistry for you, so calm down and watch this, okay? The chemistry yarn wey dey here now be say how we go take know strong acid, because all these things they do students one or two, they go confuse one from the other. You see this Mr. Man now, HNO3, H2SO4, HCl. We get other ones, so but these ones are the ones where go they show your domot anytime you open your book, may you read. If you come to exam, examiner no go allow you rest. You go they see them, they flash these ones. You see these ones, but now strong acid them be all of them. So if you can't see any other acid, we no follow here like H2SO3, call am weak acid. Now, any acid will get COOH. You see am, any acid will get COOH or anoic acid, acid wey dey annoy people. Aye, na weak acid be that. Any acid wey get COOH, even if you never see am for life, wetin I talk, call am weak acid. Okay. From that, you can now know source of weak base and weak acid, or source of strong acid and strong base, which will determine their action on litmus. Okay. So make we dey ride on. I feel say you dey enjoy this class. So if you dey enjoy, abeg show me for the comment section and share this video. Okay. If you suggest the topic where you go want us handle for you, sha, for this our brand new channel. Ma check if my video is still recording. If I can't dey talk for nothing. Okay. So we don't settle this one, but let me check if you understand the gist what I just give you now. Okay. Let's assume we get this salt. I hope you know say this thing na salt, sodium ethanoate. This one will be another story how to name am. But if you calm down, we go teach you everything. Sodium ethanoate. Is it going to have, what should be the action on litmus paper? This particular salt. You do what I tell you. Remove this metal, put H there. COOH. And remember what I yarn you. Is this a strong acid or weak acid? Oh boy. What the hell you say? Nah, weak acid. Why? It ended in COOH. It contains COOH. So this weak acid. How we go take know the base? Just comot all these ones now. Comot them. Put OH in front of sodium hydroxide. So this compound, sodium ethanoate, is a salt of weak acid and strong base. So if you can't dissolve this for water, wetin go happen? You go have action on what? Red litmus. You go turn red litmus paper blue because the solution is going to be basic, because it is a sort of strong base and weak acid. So the one where they strong will win. But what if two of them they strong? None of them go win. We can't they equal. Draw game. You sure am? You see am? That one now both teams score and they go score equal. If you are a bet customer, you know what I mean. pH of 7. For instance, if I talk am say we get this salt, sodium chloride, it will be sodium hydroxide and HCl. Share, you see am, strong acid, strong base. Who go win? So two of them go come for peace talks now, negotiate. If you bring gun, I bring gun, we go turn to peacemakers. You know that. But for here, this one go just bring small bullet. This one go bring bomb, atomic bomb. So this one go win now. See, this go surrender. So maybe just they move or they shift small. All right. The next question where they here, we say we are told to divide the solution into 3. The first portion, we were told to add what? Sodium hydroxide. So you are going to write C aqueous. From this time around, you have dissolved C and you see that C is soluble in water. So you treat C as aqueous now, or you write solution C. Do you understand me? Or you say first portion of C aqueous. Yeah, first, although they will fill this one for us for NECO. First portion of C aqueous plus NaOH indicates that it is aqueous in drops plus excess. All right. What you go observe here? Remember, say we define what we know already. What be that? We define lead nitrate. We don't know say lead there. So you go observe waiting. White powdery or chalky precipitate formed, which dissolved in excess. Simple. You see, white powdery or chalky precipitate, which dissolved in excess. So what you go write here? The correct thing will be say, because if they powdery, you just write lead 2 what present, lead 2 ion present. Okay, just to be sure. You now move to the next one, which will be ammonia. So I'm going to clean to continue with ammonia. Okay, they say second portion of C aqueous plus ammonia plus excess. So wetin go dey here? Na the same thing though, e no go dissolve. You just still write white powdery or chalky. Remember, now one you go write, so don't go give examiner a choice. White powdery, go your way, or you say white chalky, precipitate. And because I dey teach you and I dey use different grammar for you, okay? Formed in drops. Yeah, formed in drops. Precipitate resists. Remained insoluble in excess. Okay, because you have mentioned chalky or powdery, calling lead 2 ion here doesn't make any sense because lead 2 ion is gelatinous. Okay, sorry, calling aluminous, don't mind me. Having mentioned powdery and chalky here, calling aluminum ion here doesn't make any sense because aluminum ion and zinc ion form gelatinous and not powdery precipitate. So that's why I did not put aluminum here in that first place. If you are confused, okay? Scientifically, we don't supposed to put it since you have mentioned chalky or powdery. Aluminium and zinc never form such with sodium hydroxide nor aqueous ammonia. So you still write lead 2 ion likely or just present. Some argue we put calcium in the first one. No, we don't, since it dissolved. Calcium will not dissolve in aqueous sodium hydroxide, while calcium will not even give a pronounced white powdery precipitate with aqueous ammonia. It just gives slight turbidity. Okay, so this should be the best report you will have. Then the next one was to the third portion. So maybe to manage my board, third portion of C plus what? Plus excess dilute HCl. You now say what? White chalky. Suppose not clean that precipitate. Okay, white powdery so chalky precipitate formed. Immediately is formed, and you know what you added is barium chloride. We have now shifted from lead. We are now testing for okay, no. This is not the point where we need barium. No, it's not this point that we need barium. We needed what the question said is not what I did here. Plus HCl. Yeah. Plus dilute HCl. Please share you get no confusion. Then plus heat plus cool. This is exactly what the question said. Then we say white powdery precipitate formed with what? With HCl. Now say precipitate, immediately white powder forms. We say precipitate persists in what? Precipitate persists. No. White powder precipitate forms in HCl. Then precipitate dissolves on heating and reappear on cooling. Please. Precipitate dissolved on heating and reappear like African magic. on cooling. So remember, say these analyses are already there. The real practicals have been done at Her Majesty's War Science channel. Just go there, search for tests for anions and cations. They have been detailed for you there. Or you can ask me for a link, or if you want to see how these things are done. Okay, this is Majestic Tutorials. We are here to focus on theory works, okay, like this, telling you what you write exactly in your paper. But Her Majesty's War Science channel is focused on the real analysis, experimentation, research, and science projects. Okay, then, like I always remind you, you can make me your supplier of your science reagents if you are looking up for accuracy. Okay, so when this happens, what will happen? Immediately write what? Lead-2 ion. So this one is enough to confirm lead-2 ion. So lead-2 ion confirmed in this case. We now move to the B part. The 1B part, that is where we will be analyzing now the potassium sulphite. Don't confuse the sulphite with the sulfate, like in the beginning. K2SO3 sulphite, K2SO4 potassium sulfate, and the IUPAC name, the other one is potassium. That's the sulphite is potassium trioxosulfate 4. Then the sulfate is potassium tetraoxosulfate 6. So we are moving to the analysis of potassium trioxosulfate 4, which is the B part. Okay. So the 1B says 1BI. Remember, there will be column for serial number. 1BI. What are we expected to do there? Just say D is still in S plus what? Non-luminous flame. So what should be your observation? Lilac flame. Lilac stroke lavender colored flame. Produced. So that's enough to write potassium ion confirmed. Remember, flame tests have been done and dusted at the Her Majesty's War Science channel. Of course, just ask for any of these experiments. If you are a lover of the real practical, I'll send it to you. But this one is meant to make you pass your exam. Yes, and you pass excellently well. Then the other one, we are required to add the remaining D plus 5 cm cube distilled water plus stir plus litmus. Observation is the same, like see, D dissolves to form a clear solution. Solution turned. So this time around, try your ability. Check wetin go be the thing. This is the salt we are talking about. Let's check if you have learned the hydrolysis where I just yarn you earlier. Now the salt be this now. So check am. Now strong acid or strong, is it strong acid or weak acid wey form the thing? Try. Did I just hear you say strong acid? You're wrong if you say strong acid. But if you have said weak acid, you're perfect. Thank you. So what do we have here? H2SO3. This is the exact, this is a weak acid. And then Which one is the base? KOH. So this is a salt of strong base. Remember I told you KOH and sodium hydroxide are the most common strong base that you will encounter. We go the day your domot anytime where you look at your paper, where you come for exam, okay? Don't be saying now the only two we get be that. No, we get other strong bases, but this one now are the common one where we get. So this is a salt of weak acid and strong base. So base we win, and base is turned what? Red litmus paper blue. So exactly you report solution turned red litmus blue. Remember the other one, lead nitrate turned blue to red, but now potassium sulphite is going to turn what? Red to blue. That shows they have different pH on hydrolysis. Okay, so your report is just that C is soluble, solution of C is am I using C here? No, please D. Use D. Use D. Use D. Use D. Don't make this mistake, my dear. Okay. If follow the instruction, D is soluble. Solution of D is alkaline or is basic. That's it. Then we are told to divide it into two portions again. So after the division, we will have first portion of solution D, first part of D aqueous plus that's where barium chloride came in. But let me do the other one plus acidified KMNO4 slash K2Cr2O7. I am using all because I'm teaching you. They won't use all for you, okay? They will use either KMNO4 or K2Cr2O7. And now here, where you go listen well. You go listen well to this gist. So the gist where they here now, we say, test for reducing agent. Potassium sulphite, that's SO3, is a reducing agent. Why? Because it can be oxidized further to what? Can be oxidized further to SO4. That is, the 4 can take up to the sulfate 4 can be oxidized to sulfate 6. Therefore, anything that is oxidizable is naturally a reducing agent. If anything can be oxidized, that thing that can still be further oxidized is somehow a reducing agent. But if you cannot oxidize me to anything, I am not going to be a reducing agent, okay? If you can't make me richer than I am, I can't be a pest for you. I can't make you lose your money because I will not get anything from you. But if I have not gotten to where I'm going to, like me, I can possibly get your money legally by giving you the most reliable laboratory product. You know what I mean? So, but nobody on earth, I think everybody on the average is a mild reducing agent. Yes, no matter what, because the world works by collect and give, depends on how much you collect and give. But naturally, we are never satisfied. So take it that, hence, like carbon 2 oxide, carbon 2 can still be oxidized to carbon 4. Now, if we say carbon 2 oxide is a reducing agent, but carbon 4 oxide, where you go take and go again, we no get carbon 6 oxide. So carbon 4 oxide is never a reducing agent, okay? So let us apply it here. Wait, I just tell you now. Sulfate 4, sulfate 6. Which of them will be a reducing agent? Sulfate 4, because 4 can still be oxidized to 6. Hope say they enter well now. Now we have the K2SO3, which will now react with KMNO4, which is a powerful oxidizing agent, and K2Cr2O7, which is also a powerful oxidizing agent, and you need this to be acidified. So it will change the color. It is from the color changes that we will know whether reaction has taken place, whether reduction or oxidation has actually taken place. So KMNO4 is purple in color, while K2Cr2O7 is orange, potassium heptaoxo dichromate 6. Although I think maybe if everything works out well, remember these are my predictions, provided they don't change the specimen. In their specimen, they wrote potassium Funny enough, I think potassium tetra, no, potassium heptaoxomanganate 7, which doesn't exist. So this KMNO4 is purple in color, and it's purple because of manganese 7. So the K2SO3 will bring it down from 7 to 2, changing it from purple to colorless. Okay. So if the question say use KMNO4, what you report here is what? The colorized KMNO4. You write the colorized acidified the colorized yes, simple. You now write D is a reducing agent. It's not left for you to call it potassium sulphite. Nobody knows. But if it is K2Cr2O7 that they told you to use, you say turns orange color of what? Acidified, turns acidified K2Cr2O7 what? Green. Yes, it turns it from orange to green. In whichever one they tell you to use, you just say D is what? A reducing agent, or you say reducing agent present. So that is the gbege way there for that potassium sulfate. Right now, the reason for the color change from purple to colorless or from purple to pale pink is the reduction in oxidation state from manganese 7 to manganese 2. So the K2SO3 brings down the manganese 7 of KMNO4 to manganese 2, which is colorless or very pale pink. Then when you come to K2Cr2O7, which is orange, it is orange due to dichromate 6 ion. Did I hear you say that? Dichromate 6 what? Ion is orange. But reducing agent to bring it from that 6 to 3. Then chromium 3 ion is green. Do you see it now? So it is automatically telling us that anything that will change the orange color of K2Cr2O7 to green is a reducing agent. Why? Because it brought it down. It reduced the thing. Now, the last question that we have here is the other one we are told to add barium chloride followed by excess dilute HCl. That is test for SO3 2 minus. Okay. So in the whether it's first portion or second portion, I don't know, but from my questions, I made this first portion, though I decided to treat the other one first. First portion of D aqueous. So they will fill these ones for you. Your job is to fill observation and inference. Plus barium chloride aqueous plus dilute excess HCl. You report white powdery. Everything we are doing today is mostly white powdery. All of them, actually, we don't have gelatinous. White powdery, but your job is to remember the reagent used while reporting the white powdery. It will determine your inference. Okay, white powdery or chalky precipitate, which persists in excess HCl. Is it going to persist? No, 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 please. It will not persist. Which dissolves in excess HCl, releasing a gas with the smell of a burning matches. You add it there. If you indicate the order of the gas released, therefore your observation here, your inference here will change. But if you stop here and say which dissolves in excess HCl, you now write immediately you use barium chloride. You write SO42 minus. That's tetrodosulfate 6, trioxosulfate 4 ion, or trioxocarbonate 4 ion present. Then immediately it dissolves. You now say what? SO3 2 minus or CO3 2 minus present. So which means, listen up, this one doesn't dissolve in excess HCl, while 1 and 2 dissolves in excess HCl. This trioxosulfate 6 ion and triosocarbonate 4 ion, trioxosulfate 4 ion and triosocarbonate 4 ion, both of them dissolve in excess what HCl if you add barium chloride to them. But 1, 2, 3 we all form white powdery or chalky precipitate with barium chloride. So the barium chloride will bring 1, 2, 3 into suspicion. Then which one we pinpoint what is present? You add now an acid and check the solubility of the precipitate. If the precipitate dissolve, you now think of SO3 2 minus or CO3 2 minus. But when it doesn't dissolve, SO4 2 minus is present or confirmed. So most times, I think they try to change the narrative this time around. In most cases, most years, they only focus on tetraoxosulfate 6 ion, but this time around, maybe they want to try out something new, trioxosulfate 4 ion. One thing and one reason you should buy from me is that trioxosulfate 4 is unstable. The atmospheric oxygen can easily oxidize it to sulfate 6. So if, for example, that you are to run by reality, that you are going to do this test, it might fail you because they will sell tetraoxosulfate 6 of that potassium instead of the trioxosulfate 4. And remember, like I analyzed earlier, tetraoxosulfate 6 no be reducing agent, and you're not going to get this result where you suppose they get. Now be say confusion don't dey your body be that. Lest I forget, I don't do all these experiments for redox reaction many times at some Samaji website channel. Like if you want to see for yourself, even entertaining reaction, it was this principle of redox reaction that I used to do one kind magic experiment called color changing glass, an empty glass. When I pour liquid, it keep changing color. It's just the idea of this thing. So I made it in entertaining and in a very fun, making learning so fun and interesting. Then I also explained it. If you need any of these real experiments, just chat me in the comment section there. I will just grace the comment with the link you require. I am here to serve you, okay? So on the analysis, what if here you say which dissolves in excess is to release a gas with the smell of a burning matches or with a choking irritating smell, you now say SO3 2 minus confirmed. So to me, I wouldn't know how they will construct the marking guide because this can be determined. Although if you see 2 marks here, yes, that's another secret. If they write 2 marks here, just write SO4 2 minus or CO3 2 minus present. So, and you see them say dash dash, feel that way. Okay. So then other likely thing that they might tell us to do, we say make we mix both C and D. If we mix C and D, there will be likelihood of double decomposition, where we say there will be exchange of what? Radicals. Remember, the equation goes like this. If they tell us to mix C and D and filter, you go get these likely questions on my live stream and every other thing you want me to answer you. Okay, see what I want to tell you. Lead 2 trioxonitrate 5, which is soluble when you dissolve, then K2SO3 is of course soluble. When you mix the two, there will be exchange of valency to give us lead 2 trioxosulfate what? 4, which is solid. It doesn't dissolve. Although I have not seen this compound, but most lead 2 salts are insoluble except the nitrate. So lead is one of the metals that form majority of the insoluble salts. Most of these salts are insoluble. Okay. Then to give you now KNO3, which is very much soluble. So testing for lead 2 ion becomes mission impossible unless they will take it back. It's not even possible because if you add H2SO4 here, which they didn't tell us to provide, it will still give lead sulfate. If you add HCl here, it will still give lead 2 chloride, which doesn't dissolve. So testing for lead 2 becomes difficult here. Even the SO3 becomes difficult somehow, although SO3 is supposed to dissolve in acid. But the challenge here is that lead will react with that HCl. So HNO3 is the suitable thing that can dissolve this lead 2 sulphite. Okay, but now know that it's possible to test for now. They can't do this because if they do, what would they be testing for? But who knows? They can still run flame tests here for you to carry the liquid, go put for flame. Remember, the concentrated liquid can still give you the same color. Remember, lilac coloration or lavender coloration. Then NO3, no, Would they use brown ring test? Brown ring test is unlikely going to come out. But Nigerians, they are unscientific. Sometimes they might ask you these questions. I have my reasons for saying that brown ring test shouldn't be if all things are equal. Why? For the safety of the students. So, but if they insist on brown ring, see the link for brown ring test down the comment section of this video. You watch it where I demonstrated that. So it's been nice having you all this while. Thank you so much for holding on, and I believe this particular tutorial is very much useful to you. Please, I appreciate you so much. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Then click that notification button, share this video, just the button for notification, and keep your eyes open to know when we are going to do the live stream. Definitely it's going to be on the eve of the exam, where we'll likely share the major secrets that we did not share here, or explain most of the things we have done here. Much love from me to you. Cannot do without you.
What a blessing to have you here at Majestic Tutorials. Do you know that your academic success is guaranteed with us? Absolutely! You're set to perform excellently. Please help us grow and expand this young, vibrant channel by subscribing and sharing.